Hello everyone, I am Ashwini Saurabh Mehras from Department of Statistics, RBNB College, Srirampur. Today I am going to teach CDF, that is Cumulative Distribution Function for continuous bivariate distributions. So we have learned distribution function for univariate distribution and its definition was f of x. So this was calculated by probability of x is less or equal to small x. So in this way we were calculating the distribution function. In the similar way, for a bivariate distribution, for bivariate continuous distribution, the definition is f of x comma y, because here there are two variables x and y, both are continuous. So it can be written as property of x less or equal to x and y less or equal to y. So by this definition we can calculate the distribution function, and it can be calculated by using double integration, that is from minus infinity to x and from minus infinity to y, f of xy dx dy. So here f of xy means the PDF. So by using the PDF we can calculate its distribution function by this method. We can also change this from minus infinity to a or minus infinity to the point b. So this can also be written for the distribution function. So this is the definition of cumulative distribution function in case of continuous bivariate random variable. So let's take one example on that. Suppose we are given a PDF f of x equal to e raised to minus x plus y. Here x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. So this is given and we want to calculate its distribution function. Then we will use the definition and this is f of x comma y. This is PDF of bivariate distribution. So its CDF can be calculated by using double integration e raised to minus x plus y dx dy. The range of x is from 0 to the point x and for y is 0 to the point y. Note that here we can use constants a and b instead of this x and y, or whatever the point we want to calculate for the CDF. So we will solve this. So integration from 0 to x. Here we can split this term. So e raised to minus x is constant for this integration of y. We can solve this integration. So this is e raised to minus y upon minus 1 dx. Here we can solve this bracket and finally we will get it as integration 0 to x e raised to minus x into this is 1 minus e raised to. So we are solving this integration for y. One minus e raised to minus y is a constant, and integration from 0 to x e raised to minus x dx. Here similarly we can solve and we will get our final answer as 1 minus e raised to minus y into 1 minus e raised to minus x. So this is the CDF, that is distribution function for this given joint distribution, that is joint PDF. We have calculated the cumulative density function. The next point is we will study the properties of CDF. So we know the distribution function and its properties from univariate continuous probability distribution. Those properties are same here, but here we have a bivariate random variable x and y. So we can write the properties as the first property is this CDF should be non-negative, means it should be greater than or equal to 0. So this can be proved by using its definition. So its definition is probability of x less or equal to x, comma y less or equal to y. So as we can see that this is a probability, and probability is always positive, it is not negative anywhere. So this condition this is the proof for this, that its definition. So probability is always positive, that's why CDF is always non-negative. So first property's name is non-negativity. Then the second property is non-decreasing. Means CDF, that is distribution function, is always non-decreasing in its function. So suppose this is given that x1 is less than or equal to x2, then f of x1 comma y is less or equal to f of x2 comma y. So this is the non-decreasing property of CDF. So we will prove this property. We are given that x1 is less than or equal to x2. So we can write its range set, and range set is always written in this form. So it is curly bracket. Inside that we can write the variables, then oblique. So x1 is less or equal to x, and here y as it is. So this is a range set, and this must be subset of the range set of this xy, that x2 less than equal to x, y less or equal to y. So this set must be its subset because x1 is less than x2. If we take its probability, that probability of x1 less than x, y less than y, this must be less or equal to probability of x2 less or equal to x and y less or equal to small y. So if we take its probability, we know the this rule that if one set is subset of other set, then if we take its probability, then it is less or equal to the next probability, and this is f of this x1 comma y. So sorry, here I have to write so in this way we can write this. So this x1 comma y, this must be less or equal to f of x2 comma y. So this is the non-decreasing nature of variable. So if x1 is given less than or equal to x2, then this must happens, means probability is non-decreasing. Similarly, if we are given that y1 is less or equal to y2, in this similar way we can prove this part. That is, we will write down its range set. So x comma y, given that, so nothing is given about x, comma, this y is less or equal to y1, this must be subset of the range set So we will take, if we take its probability, so x is less or equal to x1, this must be less or equal to so this is f of x comma y1 and f of x comma y2. So this is again the non-decreasing nature of distribution function. So second property is CDF should be non-decreasing in its arguments. Let's see the third property. We know that f of infinity is 1 and f of minus infinity is 0. So from the first unit, that is continuous univariate distributions, we know this and we have also proved this, that f of infinity is 1 and f of minus infinity is 0. So here the property number 3 is f of, suppose we take infinity comma infinity, then it must be 1. So let's prove this by using its definition. So this must be x less or equal to infinity and y less or equal to infinity. So here all the area is covered, therefore this probability should be 1. Then f of minus infinity comma minus infinity, by using its definition, so x less or equal to minus infinity and y less or equal to minus infinity. So below the minus infinity there is no area or no distribution is there, that's why it is 0. And if this happens, that f of infinity or f of x comma infinity, then it will be also 0, and f of infinity comma y, this is also, sorry, this is minus infinity, this is also so 0, because this area below the point minus infinity, there is no area, that's why this part is 0. So this is the third property of distribution function. The next property is right continuity. The fourth property is right continuity. So we know that distribution function f of x, that is in case of univariate distribution, it is continuous over its range. So right continuity property tells us that limit, if we take limit h tends to 0, f of x plus this h comma y, so this is equals to f of x comma y. Similarly, if we take limit at k tends to 0, f of x comma y plus k, so this is equal to f of x comma y. So this is the fourth property, that is right continuity. It says that f of x comma y is right continuous in its range. The next property is property number 5. So this property can be very well explained by using this graph. Suppose we are given that A is less than B and C is less than D. Then we can calculate this area by using CDF. So we are interested in this area. So this area can be calculated, that is delta square of f of xy. This can be calculated as f of this b comma d, means up to this all area we can take minus f of bc, then minus f of ad, and we can see that this area is repeated 2 times. So we will add it once, means f of a comma c. So you can see that the area below b and d, means this total area, minus we are subtracting bc, means this area we are going to subtract it from the all area, all this area we are going to subtract this area. At the next step we are going to subtract BD, means AD means this area. So we can see that this area is subtracted 2 times, that's why we will add it once. So f of AC, this will give us final area, means our interested area. So this is So this can be written as probability of x less or equal to b, y less or equal to d, minus probability of x less or equal to b, y less or equal to c, then probability of x less or equal to a, y less or equal to d, and finally plus probability of x less or equal to a and y less or equal to c. So in this way we can find out this interested area. So this is the fifth property of distribution function. So we are studying the bivariate distributions, and sometimes we are expected to calculate the marginal distribution. Means we are given the PDF of x comma y is f of xy, and we are interested in finding the PDF of x alone or PDF of y alone. Then it can be denoted as f1x and f2y. So these are called the marginal PDFs of x and y, and they are calculated. So f1x is calculated by using the formula, that is integrate this f of xy with respect to y, so dy over the range of y. So I am writing here y or minus infinity to infinity. So this is the integration for y. So in this way we can calculate the marginal PDF of x. Similarly, marginal PDF of y can be calculated by integrating this f of xy with respect to x, that is other variable, and integration over the range of x. So whatever be the range of x, we will take here. So in this way we can calculate the marginal distributions of x and y. So this is the definition for calculating marginal distribution. Let's take one example. Suppose we are given a joint distribution f of xy, which is 21 into x square into y cube. So this is the given distribution, and this is the range, and we are asked to calculate the marginal distributions of x and y. So in this case we will use our definition. So integrate this f of xy with respect to the range of y. Here note that the range of y is between x to 1. So we will write here x to 1 and with respect to y. So dy. So just calculate it. 21 into x square. This x square is a constant for this integration, and integration of y cube is y raised to 4 upon 4. This we know that. So 21 x square divided by 4 into, this is 1 minus, substituting the lower limit, so x raised to 4. So this is the marginal PDF of x, and since it is a PDF, we should write its range before it. So what is the range of x? So basically range of x is between 0 to 1. Here we are writing the total range of x. So similarly we can find out the marginal distribution of y, and it can be calculated as f2y. This is integration with respect to x over the range of x. Here the range of x between 0 to y. So I will write down here 0 to y. And this integration, for this integration this y is constant. So y cube, this term is constant for integration. So this is x cube upon 3. So here 7 into y raised to 6. This is f2y, and we should write here the range of y. The total range of y is from 0 to 1. We can write here 0 otherwise also. So this is the marginal distribution of y. So here we have learned about the marginal distributions and their example. The next point is conditional distribution of x and y. So if we are given that x comma y is a bivariate random variable which is continuous, and we are given that f1x and f2y are the marginal PDFs, then the conditional distribution of x on y is denoted by g of x given y, and it is calculated by this formula. Here f of y should be greater than 0 is the condition, and g of y given x means conditional distribution of y given the range of x. So it is f of x comma y upon, so this I should write f2 and this is f1x. Here f1x should be greater than 0. So in this way, this is the definition for conditional distribution of x on x given y and for y given x. For earlier example, we will calculate this also. So for that example, I will substitute the values here. So g of x given y, this can be calculated. We have calculated f of xy, we are given. So this and f2y, so this was 7 into y raised to 6. So note that here we should write the range of x. So the range of x is from 0 to y. So this is the difference between the range of marginal distribution and conditional distribution. In marginal distribution, we should write the range in full form, and here we should write the range in the form of other variable also if there is a given that kind of range. So here it is 3 into x square upon y cube. So this is the conditional distribution of x given y. Similarly, we can calculate this. So 21, so f1x was 21 upon 4 and x square into 1 minus x raised to 4. So this was the marginal PDF. We can calculate this as 4 y cube upon 1 minus x raised to 4. So in this way we can calculate the conditional distribution or conditional PDF of x given y and conditional PDF of y given x. We should write here the range of y which is from x to 1. So in today's lecture we have learned about the distribution function, that is cumulative CDF, then its properties, we have taken one example, and finally we have learned about the marginal and conditional distributions of x and y, that is bivariate distribution. So in my next lecture we will study about the independence of random variables. Thanks for watching.